Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us.
What's going on, everybody? Crispy Bacon here. Welcome to a SummerSlam edition of Between the Ropes. I am also here with Christy Wilson, EST of Between the Ropes. How you doing today?
Feeling good. I'm just ready to talk wrestling.
I am too, and it's SummerSlam week. I think Saturday's the event. A lot of stuff going on in between then, that time and now.
Oh, yeah.
We learned that another event another match has been added.
Ooh.
And a stipulation has been added to a match.
Yeah. Should be good.
So what'd you think of Raw this week?
Raw was interesting to say the least. The ending kind of made me go, I wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it, that tag match?
It was a tag. The Sami, Zayn, and Seth Rollins versus Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest.
It
looks
dark.
I know people were expecting Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus at SummerSlam. That got taken off the card, and Becky posted a video on social media. She was pissed off.
I was kind of mad too because I thought
when it was not fair.
When it was a quick match, I thought, they're setting up for SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, she beat Zoe Stark in a match. I think it was last week. Get the opportunity, and then she's being told, actually, no, it's not happening. And she, like I said, she posted a video on social media showing her in a merch area, just pulling stuff off the shelves. She was pretty angry about it. It didn't look fake. It looked like she was genuinely mad.
But I also thought too that when Adam Pearce came out and said, "Oh, you're going to get that match," I thought he was going to say, "But not tonight."
Yeah.
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But no, it had to be that night, and it wasn't really a match.
No.
So
that was just like you built the story up of Becky versus Trish just to come to that. That really did not make one bit of sense whatsoever.
You got Thomas saying good evening.
Hi.
Michelle saying hi.
Hi.
And she's also saying, that I think Randy Orton or Wyatt will come back.
Well, Bray's been rumored to come back at every pay-per-view since he had that pitch black match against LA Knight at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
He is not back. Randy Orton, I don't know how healed up he is from his back surgery and everything like that. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about whether he got the all clear or not.
I mean, it's been over a year.
It has been, but the back is just nothing. It's
a
you don't mess with it, really.
No,
especially
his
years of wear and tear in the ring for him. I mean, it's from what I heard, it was really bad.
Yeah. Raquel got injured.
Yep, Raquel got injured. Liv's injured, so they did tease on Raw Raquel versus Rhea. They've been teasing that for a while. Might have explained why they wrote Liv Morgan off television and all that. And but I don't know.
Liv and KO's injury is legit.
Yep. They are legit.
Yeah.
Those are legit injuries. I don't know what's going to happen on that. I think KO's injury is not as bad as hers is, but they're not really saying anything.
In that Rhea match, I would have thought would have been at SummerSlam.
Me too.
I think it was originally slated to be at SummerSlam,
Yeah, but then
but
these
because of
injuries,
her injury,
it's probably not going to happen.
Thomas is saying they don't care about
No.
loading up the PLEs
premium
anymore.
premium live events. Yeah, they don't care about that.
Yeah.
They are worried about the TV ratings, especially since we're getting closer to football season. That's when Monday Night Raw tends to get the crap beaten out of them by Monday Night Football on ESPN.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the
Usually is what tends to
schedule.
happen. Yeah.
I haven't looked at that schedule, so maybe there's some games that maybe won't be beaten out. I don't know.
Probably not, but the NFL is a more powerful entity than WWE. So
I think Randy Orton is cleared. I've heard that for a while.
I haven't heard it. I guess I haven't been paying attention.
Well, I mean, by hearing that for a while, I mean like he's expected to come back.
Yeah, they just don't know when they don't know when is the right time to have him come back. Like, I would love to see him, like, maybe depending on what type of match they have, whatever the match is, I'd like to see him come up behind whoever it is and just give him the good old RKO and say, "I'm back."
There's also a rumor that, I mean, there's a couple, but one of them, he could either attack one of the last two main events per se, like the main event and the co-main.
I'm thinking one of the main events is the tribal combat match between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, but I don't know. I don't see Randy Orton going after Roman. I don't. Especially if you're having him just come back, you don't throw him into that title picture. You just don't. You got to give him time because he's been away for a long time.
We got a question of what do you think of Matt Riddle in WWE?
I'm iffy. I'm not a fan. I find him very annoying. His bro thing is irritating. I don't like the fact he wears flip flops to the ring. I don't like the fact that he competes in bare feet. I get he was in UFC. He was in MMA. That's part of the drill with them, but I'm not a fan.
I think they want to push him. WWE wants to push him.
Yeah.
But with all this, incidents with WWE, they just haven't.
Yeah, he likes to stick his foot in his mouth. He likes to say things that piss people off. Like he talked about Brock Lesnar, and Lesnar got pissed off at him, even confronted him. And I think Riddle's talked crap about Goldberg, and that's gotten Goldberg pretty angry at him. So
don't give him
I get he's big on speaking his mind, but there's a time and a place for that. And those times we made those comments, not the right time, not the right place.
Rochelle saying he's annoying.
Yeah, he's annoying.
Thomas is saying I can't stand Riddle.
Yeah, I mean, Riddle was tolerable when he and Randy Orton were together as RK Bro, and they were winning and everything. And I mean, Orton looked like he was having the time of his life, pretty much. It's like it infused new life into him. I think his career was starting to get stale, and then put him in a tag team with Matt Riddle, and all of a sudden it's like,
I could see Randy, doing whatever he does when he returns, and then Riddle comes running out, Randy. So maybe they'll go after the tag titles again. I don't know, but
I don't know. Give them some time. I think they'll do it.
Yeah. Saying I think Randy will get him.
Yeah, he probably will. We'll see what happens.
Gunther and the Alpha Academy kind of had a little, I guess, wager.
I guess. I don't know.
Gable saying that he could last 5 minutes in the ring against Gunther. And,
oh, God.
That. And if he lasted over 5 minutes.
Good for him.
Think, yeah. He lost the match, but he lasted over 5 minutes.
He lasted over 5 minutes. I think Maxine Dupree had a match against, Sarah Logan, now Valhalla. Yeah. And, oh, God. I mean, you figured, if you think Maxine, she's so slim and everything, you wouldn't think I mean, she lifted Sarah Logan up on her shoulders and got her down on the mat and put her in a bridge position, just held her down, won the match. I'm like, oh my God.
I thought
That
it
was
was funny.
surprising.
I
Yeah.
thought it was funny. Otis was calling for the worm,
Mhm.
and she did it.
Too funny. That was too funny.
Or the caterpillar, I think it was.
The caterpillar. That's what it was. It was the caterpillar.
Yeah.
So Otis used to do it. He got Mandy Rose to do it. It was too funny though. Yeah, Gable got screwed.
Yeah.
I agree. He got screwed.
I mean, he did accomplish his goal.
He did
but-
last 5 minutes against. He did last over 5 minutes against Gunther, but I wouldn't wish anyone to go up against Gunther because he will just chop you down. Those chops,
Yeah.
I've said this before, they look like they hurt really, really bad.
that
I still remember Ilya
Intercontinental match-
Dragunov in the match because his chest was so damn red. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
I don't
We need
think
a
really
third
much.
fall now. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I don't think really much happened on Raw, did it?
No, not
much.
much. Nothing that was worth paying attention to.
Yeah.
I
What
know
about over on
it's-
SmackDown? Yeah.
what, the Roman Reigns show?
Sure. I mean, basically, I mean,
That's what it is. It's the Roman Reigns
Yeah.
show. It's Roman Reigns
Yep.
and then it's like all his buddies just it's all about him though. It's like it's the whole tribal combat thing and I don't know. It was pretty forgettable SmackDown for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully the go home show is better.
I hope so. It better be. You built up all this build up to SummerSlam. It better be good.
Yeah. So I
I
guess we
know.
can kind of go over the card since nothing really.
Okay. Well,
If
there's
anybody-
also NXT as well. They had their pay-per-view event, the Great American Bash, on Sunday.
Yeah.
And woo, that actually wasn't too bad.
And we can go over that here after
Yeah, there we go.
the
do it.
SummerSlam, but
All right.
in no particular order, although there is
Okay.
one I'm looking at, but I'm sure this is going to be changed.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar,
Ooh,
Part 3.
part
Now, this is the
3.
one I thought would have the stipulation.
Yeah, but it looks like there is no stipulation on this one.
There should have been.
There should have been, but there isn't. Like, I was hearing things like maybe they should do 3 stages of hell, or maybe they should do a bullwhip match, or maybe they should do this or do that. And they just decided there's just going to be an average match. Average regular match, and you just hope Cody's arm doesn't get ripped out of the socket, pretty much. The way Brock's been putting him in the Kimura lock.
Or do like they did Shawn Michaels and Triple H, where they had 2 out of 3 falls, but each match was different.
Yeah, that I think was 3 stages of hell.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think it was, 3 stages of hell.
Because it was like a ladder match, a street fight, and then a cage.
I think that's what it was. It happened so long ago, I don't even remember it, but I've heard that's what it was. Yeah. But
that
for
would've
this
been
one,
good.
that would have been good. For this one, the average ordinary match, I'm gonna pick Cody because of he won 1, Brock won 1. So now this one, he said he's gonna end it. I hope he does with a victory.
Yeah, I'm thinking Brock will, or not Brock, but Cody would
there we
win
go.
it.
Thomas said this is with Stone Cold Steve Austin Triple H who had the first ever 3 stages of hell match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there it is. Stone Cold and Triple H at the first ever 3 stages of hell match. And I don't think they've done anything even remotely close to that ever since.
Huh.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I'm going Cody on this one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next match would be Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn Balor.
7 years in the making.
I was gonna say 7 years in the
7
making.
years in the making.
Hopefully it's not 7 years bad luck for Finn Balor.
God, I hope not. I don't want him to get hurt again.
But
Oh,
this
wait a
one,
minute. There's another one from Thomas. Yeah, Shawn Michaels and Triple H did have a 3 stages of hell match on Armageddon 2002.
yeah, okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so back to
The
Finn Balor
cage,
versus Seth Rollins. Yes.
yeah, it was a cage match, the ladder match, and street fight.
Yeah.
That's
There we
right.
go.
But
Okay.
yeah, this is for the world, uh,
Heavyweight
the
championship.
world heavyweight championship. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but who do you think?
This is pretty. I'm gonna go Seth Rollins retains, but Damian Priest cashes in and becomes world heavyweight champion.
Ooh,
That's what I'm thinking.
I think
Because
there will
I
be
know
a
there's been some dissension in Judgment Day, especially if you watch the ending of Raw, and you noticed Damian Priest was looking at the briefcase at the announce table, and Finn grabbed it, but he didn't seem willing to want to hand Priest the briefcase to cash in on Rollins when Rollins was down. So,
Oh,
but I still am thinking if Seth retains, I think that's when Priest cashes in. If he cashes in on Finn, then you know that's signaling the end of Judgment Day as we know it. That's just my guess.
I think this one was passion. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah. If you guys aren't sure of something, just ask the historian.
It will.
Okay, we will. We will.
I'm going to Seth, but
Yeah.
Damien's going to cash in.
Mm-hmm.
See, this one's tricky because
It is.
Damien's going to cash in no matter who wins.
Mm-hmm. As we know,
So
he's not going after Roman, that's for sure. I mean, even if Jey
No.
Uso does beat him to a bloody pulp, Damien's not going to cash in on him, and especially Judgment Day being on Raw and Roman being on SmackDown. It just does not make sense.
I think, so to speak, Cody's like exclusive to Roman Reigns in that he's only going to go after that title.
Cody has said he wants to go after Roman Reigns. He doesn't want to go for the world heavyweight title. I mean, it sounds great, but it just isn't what he wants. And it's not what he wants to go for. Yeah, Seth does need to take time off because he's talked about being banged up and all that, knowing that he needs to take time off. I'm sure Becky has gotten on him a little bit about that, and like, honey, are you going to take a little time off? You know, you've been hurting and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he'll retain for about 5 seconds.
And then Damian Priest comes in and hits him with the briefcase, and then tells the ref, "I'm catching this in. Do it now." Or
Balor, or not Balor. Damian Priest could go, "Why do you have to have the spotlight? Why do you two have to have this spotlight? I'm going to cash in.
When's
and
it
we're
my
make it
turn?
triple."
It's going to be it's going to be like what happened at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Seth did that. He came running in with the briefcase when it was Roman versus Lesnar, and he turned it into a triple threat.
Right.
Resulting in the heist of the century.
So Damien's like, "Hey, let's do that too."
Okay. What Thomas says is Seth has a stress fracture in his back. I think he had that issue in his back. I think it was 2019 before WrestleMania, and he took some time off. There was a WWE 365 episode on that where Seth talked about it. Say, well, basically my back's broken. And he took some time off to rehab and get himself better so that when WrestleMania rolled around, he was ready to go.
I could see that.
Yeah. But it's probably been lingering for a long time. It's because Seth is such a workhorse.
He is.
Yeah.
And one of the matches that is a triple threat is the Women's Championship.
Yay.
Asuka versus Charlotte Flair versus Bianca Belair.
Inspiration for my nickname, EST. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm sure we know, but who are you going to pick?
Yeah, we know. As much as I love Bianca and I think she should win, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Asuka retains, and then we see Io Sky try and cash in. Since there's no Women's World Championship match on the SummerSlam card, there's no way Io is going to cash in on Rhea Ripley. I think she's going to cash in on Asuka.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Thomas is with me on that one. He thinks Io is going to cash in.
I'm going Charlotte.
Charlotte wins. Let's see. Carmella,
She won the first
Bailey.
Raw.
Yeah, and here's the yep. If Charlotte wins and Io cashes in and has successful cash in, it makes it this many times Charlotte's been cashed in on after winning a title.
Ooh.
You have Carmella.
Yeah.
You have Bailey.
Uh-huh.
You have Nikki Cross when she was Nikki ASH, almost a superhero. Io would be number 4. So I would be thinking it has to suck to be Charlotte when you win a title and you get cashed in on by the Money in the Bank briefcase winner.
Yep.
It's gonna suck because I don't know since that briefcase has been in the picture. It has been a part of this. I don't know which WWE superstar has been cashed in the most. Thomas might have a better idea on that than me.
I think Cena got cashed in 3 times.
3 times?
I think.
Yeah, I know. I think. I'm trying to think.
I know he lost a match when CM Punk was champion. He's like,
that's what I was. Yeah,
2 weeks. It was like on the anniversary Raw episode. He's like,
yeah,
I'm gonna cash in.
Yep.
But you're gonna wait.
I'm gonna have. Yeah, you're gonna wait.
Which was bad.
Yeah,
I'm going Charlotte.
I'm gonna go Asuka because I know Io is. She and Asuka have been going after each other, teasing each other in promos in both Japanese. I think they did one where they mixed it up with both Japanese and English. Okay, Thomas says he believes that he's right about Charlotte, and it's Cena and Charlotte. If Charlotte wins, then she surpasses Cena as the superstar who's been cashed in the most.
But no matter what, they're the top 2. You know.
Yeah.
The next match is what I think would be the main event. Is the tribal combat match.
I don't remember that picture. It was sent in the group text. It shows Roman is right out of Mortal Kombat.
Basically,
if you start this out, you guys Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, fight! Just do it that way.
It's basically a no disqualification match. Just a fun title.
No family member cannot get involved. So it means no Jimmy, no Solo, no Rikishi, no Wild Samoans, nobody.
Oh,
nobody from the Anoa'i family can get involved in this match at all. It has to be between Roman and Jey, and that's it. I don't even think Paul Heyman can get involved.
What's The Rock's last name?
Johnson. His mother was part of the Anoa'i family.
So The Rock's out.
Yeah, and The Rock can't get involved either. His daughter, Ava Raine, who's in NXT, she can't get involved either. So, yeah, it's nobody in that family can get involved at all. Even though I know if The Rock shows up, the whole Ford Field in Detroit's going to explode if The Rock shows up. But nobody can get involved in this match. Just cannot be that way.
It's weird because it's a no disqualification match, but no one can get involved.
Nope. It has to be between those two, and that's it. Are you going to stop? Are you going to stop? Well, he can't do anything about it, from what I've heard. Nobody in that family can get involved. Not even him.
See, I haven't heard that part of the rule.
Yeah, I had heard about it. I think I read it somewhere social media, and I talked to some people about it, and they said just nobody in that family can get involved. Not Roman's father, not Jay's father, nobody. Not even the women in the family can. So that means Nia Jax can't get involved either. So she can't step in and pull on whoever's leg, and she can't get involved. I stand by what I said last week about the Wild Samoans.
Maybe.
I don't know. We'd have to get more clarification on that one.
Or remember that contract signing. He didn't technically sign it.
He didn't technically sign it. No, Jay ripped it up.
Right. So maybe they're going to use that to their advantage. Like
maybe the family you didn't sign this, by the way.
Right.
Just like wave the contract in his face or something. I don't know.
Yeah, wave the
hello. Shredded up, torn up contract.
Yeah.
I said who's going to get in their way? Yeah. Understandable with that, as Roman wants most is one half is Roman's dad, the other is his uncle. Ironically, I think they're both Jay's uncles. Yeah, the Wild Samoans.
Who do you think is going to win?
Roman.
I think Roman too.
Yeah, because they want to make sure to keep the belt on him until WrestleMania in Philadelphia.
I know.
I think they're gonna stick with that. But
And
if
I
you're gonna
know.
have Roman go up against Cody at WrestleMania in Philly, it's not gonna have that same feel as if you had Cody win at WrestleMania down in Los Angeles. What about Samu? No, I don't think he can get
Maybe.
involved. No. In fact, I think there's a member of the Anawahis in Reality of Wrestling, which is Booker T's promotion. I think it's Zilla Fatu, and he does, I might have mentioned it before, he does a Samoan spike. That's the same move Solo Sikoa uses. He used it in his first match, and he got a good reaction.
Yeah.
But he's part of a different wrestling promotion, so they can't make him come up to WWE and say, hey, you want to get involved here?
Yeah, even Rikishi said
Can
that.
Samu get involved? No, I don't think so.
I think
Rikishi?
Rikishi said he's in good hands working with Booker.
Yeah, that's good to know. I'd like to see somebody in the Anawahi family go to a promotion other than WWE. I mean, we know Trinity, Jimmy Uso's wife, is an Impact where she's the Knockouts champion, but she married into the family. I'm talking about blood relatives. So maybe Zilla Fatu maybe could go to AEW. Depends on how well he does from here on out. Yeah.
No, I'm picking Roman. I know mess around's going
Roman.
No, he's going with Jay, I think.
Oh, he's going with Jay? Oh my god. Oh, Jacob
Because
isn't Jacob Fatu is in Major League Wrestling. Okay, I forgot about that. Whoops.
Yeah, mess around's going with Jay because he feels like it started with him, it should end with him.
And I agree with that, but understanding how WWE's creative works and how Vince McMahon wants things, he's just going to stick it out with keeping Roman champion until WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. Lincoln Financial Field. Ooh, sorry.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't rain. We don't need more ponchos.
We don't need ponchos. Yeah, the last thing, and Philly fans, they better be cheering for their favorites instead of booing every single time. Oh, unless you're Dominic, unless the person has Dominic Mysterio, then you can boo the hell out of him.
We don't need snow.
Nope. God, I hope not.
Yeah.
This Lincoln Financial Field does not have a roof. It's an open air stadium.
Right. So that's what I kind of
MetLife Stadium was open air. Levi Stadium in the Bay Area was an open air stadium.
Yeah, but it's cooler weather. But
yeah, and you're talking about the East Coast. But MetLife Stadium, I think the weather held up. If I remember correctly, weather did hold up very nicely in East Rutherford, New Jersey. If Roman retains it, Solo should be Roman. They could do the Triple H Batista story. That would depend on if Solo turns on Roman, because I have seen some signs that Solo is like, I don't know if I should be doing this.
Right.
It's like, I don't know what's going on. Do I be loyal to my brother, my actual older brother, or be loyal to my cousin? Do you go with your actual brother or do you go with your cousin? And I think that's the conflict the on-screen conflict he's having right now.
Big debate.
It's a big debate. Exactly.
Next match is Ricochet and Logan Paul. And this one kind of got interesting with the
you get Ricochet's fiance Samantha Irvin in this mix. I'm like, oh, Logan Paul, you just crossed the line, dude.
Yeah.
That is Ricochet's lady. You don't get her involved in this. You just don't do that.
About, you
don't
say
make
my
it
name
personal.
When I win. Yeah. Well, guess what? It got personal really quick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love Ricochet, and I think he's awesome. I'm picking Ricochet.
I'm picking Ricochet, too.
Teach Logan Paul a lesson there. Don't get
Yeah.
Your opponent's significant other involved. Don't make it personal. Solo wins the Rumble. Roman. Yeah, Thomas here. Solo wins the Rumble, and Roman thinks Solo will pick the world champion. Said chooses Roman. I don't know. I don't know. I think Cody was right about one thing in that one promo. He says, "You think you're ready, but you're not ready." And I don't think Solo's been on the main roster long enough to be ready.
No. I
No.
mean, it's been a year, but
It's been over a year, yeah. So I don't see Solo fighting Roman. Not right now. I've heard they might do that after WrestleMania, but that's a rumor as far as I know.
I think the next one is Payback in September.
Mm-hmm. So that build up is going to be interesting going into that one. So we're going to see where everything goes from here on out.
Next, we have Gunther versus Drew McIntyre
Mm-hmm.
in the Intercontinental Championship match.
Yep.
I was trying to do my impersonation of Gunther, but
Oh, I'm going to say Gunther.
Gunther.
I mean, I don't doubt Drew's going to put up one hell of a fight, but Gunther is just getting so close to that record being held by the Honky Tonk Man. I think, I just can't see Gunther losing a title to Drew. I really don't. He's getting close. He's got until next month.
I think he passed somebody already.
He did pass somebody. I think he passed the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Okay.
He is just getting so close to that to the Honky Tonk Man's record. He's so close.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Thomas is thinking Drew's going to win the title. Which, believe me, I would love to see that because Drew, when he was WWE champion, both times he won it, he never won it in front of fans. One was in the Performance Center, and the other was in the Thunderdome. So he never really got to win it in front of an actual crowd.
The only title.
Okay, and Thomas was right. And Thomas is right. He did pass the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, the only, I guess, title or victory he had in front of fans was that same year, 2020 Royal Rumble. He won that.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he chose to face Brock Lesnar at what would have been WrestleMania in Tampa, Florida, but instead, because of the pandemic, they had to move it to the Performance Center for precautionary reasons. Which I get it, but it's still.
It was an interesting.
I mean, it was a good match.
WrestleMania, but
yeah, it was, but it was in a place where there's no people.
Right.
None.
That would have been weird.
That was weird, just even watching it. Watching all the matches on that, including McIntyre versus Lesnar. Just no people. I'm like, this is spooky.
Yeah. But I think Drew McIntyre would take it.
I think he will. I'm just looking at it from Gunther's this close.
Yeah.
But then again, I think he's ready for a world title run against whoever the world heavyweight champion is, or even Roman. He's more than ready. I think he's been ready forever.
I think so too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Drew watched himself winning the championship at home. Like, yeah, that's true. He did. That WrestleMania was not live.
Which one?
The one at the Performance Center in Orlando. Yeah, the pandemic one.
Oh, that was.
I remember Clash of Champions when he won the title back from Randy Orton was in the Thunderdome.
Yeah. Next match is Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler in an MMA rules match.
Yeah. What are they?
So I know that they did something like this in AEW.
Yep, I think if I remember correctly.
They did have
Wardlow versus Jake Hager, who WWE used to be called Jack Swagger, but he's Jake Hager. They had an MMA style match in an octagon, which was crazy, but it was pretty cool too. So I wonder if because WWE and UFC are going to be owned by the same company once this merger, the sale becomes final with Endeavor, I wonder if that's where they came up with the idea to kind of do an MMA rules type match between Shayna and Ronda.
Well, I think that's part of it, but I know the other part is they're both in UFC.
They were.
And I think they want to go back to the roots, so to speak.
Yep. No, I get
And
that.
settle this
hmm
like they did. I had to
Yep.
catch up on some of the rules because I don't watch a lot of MMA.
I don't either. I mean, the UFC pay-per-views cost a lot of money, and that's money I'm not willing to spend.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I had to catch up on some of that because I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
But also, being that it's WWE, they could twist some of the rules.
They could kind of twist them up a little bit, but yeah, I'm going to be picking Shayna, and this is probably Ronda. I think this is Ronda's last match because she's opting out of her contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard rumors she's either just going to go be a wife and a mom, or she's going to go back to UFC now that Amanda Nunes is retired from UFC. So I don't know.
But then I've heard that Amanda Nunes was going to come to WWE. That's the rumor. Yeah.
That's the rumor. I think there's a lot of rumors, but I mean, I've even heard rumors like Conor McGregor coming to WWE. I'm like,
I would not be surprised.
No,
I would hate it, but I would not be surprised.
He is fiery. He is so temperamental, and he has such an ego. It makes me sick.
He could join Gunther in them.
He'd be hogging the spotlight in a period. He want all the attention to be on him. It's like, no, screw the other three guys with me here. Forget this dude with the Intercontinental title. Forget these other two guys. Focus on me.
Right.
He's such a spotlight hog.
Yes. The last match, and I'm confused on the circumstances of this, but the SummerSlam Battle Royal.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about.
I don't know like how many.
How many competitors are in it? And what is it? Like, what do you? It's like if you win, what do you get? Do you get like a number one contenders match for whatever title? What is it? I know Thomas is picking LA Knight to win, and I would like to see that happen because I think the poor guy's just gotten so screwed over. First with Money in the Bank, and then that U.S. title number one contender. Excuse me, whatever the heck that was.
Right.
Yeah.
LA Knight's going to be one of the competitors. Sheamus, Tommaso Ciampa, Shinsuke Nakamura. Otis,
right, yeah, according to Thomas, bragging rights.
At least for right now. But
for right now, I mean, there's got to be more to it than just bragging rights. Yeah, I won the SummerSlam Battle Royale.
And this was LA Knight's kind of idea. Not to rumble, but to be involved.
Yeah, he wanted to be a part of it, and I don't blame him. Like I said, I mean, he's just so over with the fans. They just, and he didn't have to really do much to do it. It's just people just gravitated to him. And WWE just does not know what to do with him.
And it's amazing too how I think I saw a couple of videos of him, like a montage of his stuff. He's been in Impact.
Yeah.
You know,
where he was kind of doing that thing in Impact, except he would hit a button and would go, dummy, which I thought was funny.
He worked with the Hardys in that Delete.
Yep.
Whatever
it was, but it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I think this is the first Battle Royal in SummerSlam. Yeah, it probably is.
I think so.
Yeah.
I know they've done it at Mania.
Yeah.
Whether it's
like the Andre the Giant. Yep, that's the one. They've done it for the women too.
They used to do it at Mania, and then they did it like at the go home for Mania.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. I think you could have kept it.
Could have. But they decided not to.
No. But it's kind of hard to pick that match.
Ooh. Yeah, good comment here by Thomas. Said LA Knight worked out in Vegas. Yeah. That's not bad.
Right. That isn't bad.
Not bad. But he thinks he's going to win it. I hope so, because like I said before, LA Knight needs to win something because he's just been getting so screwed over by WWE in terms of creative that, like I said, they just don't know what to do with someone as over as him. They're not booing him. The buildings literally go crazy every time he even shows up before he even says anything.
I know it's pretty crazy that,
It is.
but it's kind of cool too.
Mm-hmm. It is. They love him.
We're gonna switch. I can get it up on
Okay.
to NXT.
Mm-hmm.
They had their pay-per-view
The Great American
this
Bash.
past week. Yeah, the 25th Great American Bash in total.
Nice.
I think it's like the 5th under the NXT.
Yep.
What match stood out to you?
Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov for the NXT title.
Yeah, that was a good match.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have to say that one stood out to me. A couple matches, I didn't really understand the ending per se. Like this Tiffany Stratton
versus Thea Hale in a submission match. Yeah, for the NXT Women's title. That didn't. Yeah, Andre Chase threw in the towel because I think Tiffany Stratton had Thea Hale in a modified modified Boston Crab, and Thea was just not going to tap. She wasn't tapping out, but she could not get out of the move. If you see Thea Hale, she is tiny.
Yes.
Like not a very tall girl, and Tiffany Stratton is taller than her.
Yeah.
And I don't think either one of them came out of that match looking good.
No.
Yeah, Stratton still has the belt, but it's just neither of them. I think there is going to be a rematch, but they're going to have to think of something because you've had two instances between the two of them where it looks like Stratton's tapping out to Hale putting her in the Kimura lock, but the ref supposedly doesn't see it. Doesn't see Tiffany Stratton do it. Either there's a ref bump or the ref just isn't just overlooking it.
Well, I think they said that their next pay-per-view is No Mercy.
Yep, I heard that.
In September.
Thomas, Thea didn't get the height cheat from her. No, she didn't. She looks to be at least maybe a couple of inches shorter than I am. I'm 5'3.5". Thea's got to be around 5 feet to 5'1", something like that. So she looks like she's shorter than I am.
She needs to find some springs.
She does.
Shoes that have springs on them.
Yeah. And she really needs to lay off the monster she drinks. She's so hyper. It's insane. She comes running out and she's just a ball of fire. Oh my God.
Which is great. I mean,
it's great. And people really people seem to like that. I mean, I think I've mentioned this before. Is like someone I know, he calls her Scrappy Doo, like Scooby Doo's little brave and bold little super energetic nephew. She's like that in a way. Yeah.
Thomas says she needs
she does. Yeah, somebody please give that woman a massive pot of decaf. I mean, really, Thea Hale, you need to cool your jets, girl. I mean it. Oh my God.
What do you think of the Dominic Mysterio match, Wesley and Ali?
Okay, I mean that would have been that was a really, really good match, but they need to do something concerning Rhea. They need to ban her from ringside or something. I know tonight on NXT, Dragon Lee challenged Dominic for that title, and he's gonna have Rey Mysterio in his corner. Well, of course, we know who Dominic's gonna have in his corner. It's Mommy. But I am getting seriously sick and tired of seeing Rhea always by Dominic's side, always in his corner, always interfering. I mean, she hit Wesley with a riptide through the announce table, which was pretty crazy. I'm like, you just put this woman in a match against a man, please. I know they don't book intergender matches anymore. They haven't for years, but
yeah, those are interesting.
I'm sick of it. Yeah. Geez, give us that match that's based on that staring contest between her and Solo Sikoa. Just have them fight each other.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm tired of it. I'm sorry. It's
Uh,
crazy. She's the new Stephanie McManus. Nobody can get heat on her. Yes, she's popular. She's popular.
she's
People like
definitely
her, and
popular.
yes, she hasn't really defended her championship right now. Raquel Rodriguez is injured. Liv's injured. And there really is no woman on the Raw roster who's really stepped up.
They should have had two for SummerSlam, two battle royals.
Yes,
Or,
like one for
you
like
know,
the men could go for
like
could be like number one contender for like the Intercontinental title, for example. The second one could be
U.S.
uh
They should
yeah.
do U.S. title.
Yes, absolutely. If it is a women's version of it, like winner of that goes up against Rhea Ripley.
Oh, that's
That would
also
have
what
made
happened
sense. Yeah.
on
Yes,
SmackDown.
Thomas
Ray
said
got
it best.
injured.
She's popular, but the guys are looking stupid as they can't touch her. No, they can't.
Yeah, no.
And if you try booting her out, if you try, just kicking her out from ringside, there's always Finn Balor and Damian Priest lurking around, so you never know with Judgment Day.
No, and Ray did get hurt on
Yeah, he did.
SmackDown. I do remember that.
But he seems to be well enough. He's gonna be in Dragon Lee's corner next week on NXT.
And he did have a
He did.
concussion.
I mean, as long as Ray doesn't take a bump, he should be fine. He can be at ringside. He just taking a bump is out of the question.
Well, being by the ring is questionable in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I don't think she.
You're
No,
gonna
I
get
don't
his
think the
shoulders.
manager's license. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole Rhea, she's been sticking her nose in. It's just getting irritating. And I can't watch anything involving Judgment Day because I'm looking at her and I'm like, how do we know you're going to be interfering in a match involving your Latino heat, Mr. Dominic Mysterio?
Well, it's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
the Usos
Mm-hmm.
when the full bloodline
Mm-hmm.
they did
They
this.
would come in and help Roman. I mean, you look at WrestleMania and that's what it was. Solo who spiked Cody, resulting in
Yeah. Should have
this
been
was
a
after
DQ.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn started beating up Jimmy and Jay and getting them away from the ring. They didn't. There was no one else that could stop Solo Sikoa from getting in there himself.
No.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go. Julia Hart has one, according to Ian Riccaboni. Yeah, she's part of House of Black, which has Rhea's real-life boyfriend, Buddy Matthews. Yeah, so she does have one. Yeah, and Ian Riccaboni works for, is a commentator for Ring of Honor, and he's been doing AEW Collision lately because Kevin Kelly has been in Japan for the G1. Their big tournament over there in Japan.
It wasn't JR supposed to come back?
He was on one episode of Collision. I haven't seen him since.
Yeah.
He hasn't been on Dynamite or Rampage either, so I think he's taking care of some health problems. He's taking care of some health issues right now. And supposedly his contract's going to be expiring in 2 months from what I've heard. So I'm like, well, maybe he's going to retire. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, Riccaboni's a terrific commentator. He's fun. He's exciting. He works well with Nigel McGuinness on Collision. So, and he and Caprice Coleman work really well in Ring of Honor. So it might work out with him. I don't really know. We'll see what happens.
What do you think of
that match between Andrade and Buddy Matthews? I agree it was.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good match.
It was great. Oh, my God. I loved it.
What about Gable Stevenson? He had his debut match against Corbin.
Ooh.
I think that ended in a disqualification.
Double count out.
Yeah.
If it ended in a double count out, neither guy could get back in the ring. And it was a failure of a match. I think WWE waited too long to get Stevenson in there. He wasn't responding to their training. So that's probably why he wasn't on NXT sooner. And he was getting a chance of You're Not Angle, as in another Olympian who transitioned to WWE. That was Kurt Angle, yeah. But he's not.
I know Angle won pretty quick in his time in WWE, but
yeah, and he was one of those people. He had the personality, and he could transition well to what WWE could do. It's just Stevenson just doesn't seem to be able to have that at all. He seems, I don't know, lazy, something like
I don't
that.
know
I
about,
didn't.
well,
I mean, I didn't
maybe with
see.
WWE. Maybe with
Right.
WWE, but I don't.
It's not college wrestling or Olympic level wrestling. It's not like
Or
that.
or maybe that was just to get his feet wet in a
Probably.
real match.
But it just seemed
See
like the
how he
fans
did.
just the fans just were just not having it with him at all.
Right.
You know, they were just chanting, "You're not Angle." They were booing him. I mean, it takes, you have to have a certain type of personality in addition to the skills needed to succeed in something like WWE.
If I was out there and I heard that, I'd be like,
Yeah.
well, of course I'm not Angle. Yes, I'm a gold medalist, but
I'm a gold medalist. I competed in the Olympics like he did, but I'm not Kurt Angle.
yeah.
He's not that. But yeah, it's his first match. We'll see what happens afterwards. See what they decide to do with him. I don't know.
I think it was
But
just to
it
get
was
his
not
feet wet.
impressive. Yeah,
I
but he
think
was
it was
not
just
very. To
something.
me, he was. No, go
No,
ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, I think it's just something to get his feet wet.
Yeah.
Nothing too strenuous.
Mm-mm.
Uh, but now we know.
Yeah.
Or at least now we should know.
Yeah, true. And then I think, oh yeah, there's another match stood out to me: the Weapons Wild match between Roxanne Perez and Blair Davenport.
That was a good match too.
That was good. I felt so bad for Roxanne Perez's sister because she was about to start crying. Blair Davenport
Not
kids
my
started beating up on Roxanne. I'm
sister.
like, no, my sister, no. Like, why didn't someone reassure her she'll be fine? She'll be fine.
Yeah.
But it had all the weapons. There was even a branding iron. I'm like, whoa, that thing better not be
Cool.
hot. Ooh.
Yeah.
And then there was a cowbell.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy. But Roxanne hitting Blair with a finishing move on some chairs. I'm like, oh damn. And Roxanne won. I stand by my belief that I think she's going to be the face of WWE. She is a superstar. She has it. She has that X factor. She has that something
Right.
special. Yeah.
So Santo, I'm looking at stuff. Santo Escobar came in to WWE or NXT. I mean,
Tonight, yeah.
Yeah.
So Gallus is Joe and Mark Coffey and Wolfgang versus the new NXT Tag Team Champions, Tony D'Angelo and Stax. And Tony D'Angelo made a call to his old buddy Santos Escobar. Because D'Angelo and Stax won the NXT Tag Team titles at the Great American Bash against Gallus, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang. And Gallus is definitely were furious.
That tag match was okay, but
it wasn't bad. The tag match of the Great American Bash was actually was actually better than the 6-man tag on NXT tonight. So
I'm not usually a fan of the 6-man, 6-woman tag matches.
Yeah.
I just feel like, I don't know, overused, overdone. I don't know.
True. Yeah, Thomas said he thought the finish of the tag match was flat, and he's definitely agreeing that Roxanne will be the face of the women's division.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
Yeah, I definitely think so. But yeah, that tag match, I'm like, wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
As we're closing out the show, any final thoughts before we?
It's going to be an interesting week, especially if you see AEW has their 200th episode of Dynamite tomorrow. And of course, we have SmackDown. Hopefully, SummerSlam. Either certain matches get added or something. I don't know. And then SummerSlam coming up, and it should be. Hopefully, it should be good. Maybe we might get some people coming back or people debuting. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's kind of a summer WrestleMania almost.
Yep, they call it the biggest party of the summer, and I'm like, oh, you're right sometimes, but other than that, there's some SummerSlams where it's just fallen completely flat on its face.
Yeah. I did hear that in some way Kid Rock was supposed to have some kind of appearance, either
hmm
in the opening scenes or
hmm
performing. I don't know, but
Yeah.
he's going to be part of it. And
Yep. I mean,
then,
he's from Detroit, so it makes sense.
yeah. And
Yep.
then one thing I'm kind of interested with AEW is that,
hmm
yes, they announced the participants of who's going to be in All In, but they haven't
hmm
revealed matches.
No, they haven't, and that Wembley Stadium is getting closer and closer
They're
to getting
almost
sold
sold.
out. They're approaching
Yeah,
almost 80,000 tickets sold. Oh my God.
right.
Ah.
And I think they're smart for what they're doing.
Yeah,
They're saying
blows my
who's going to
mind.
be part of it,
Yep.
but they're not saying who's going to be
No,
matched up.
no, they don't.
I
I
I
know.
I was going to say I think that's what WWE should do.
Yeah, they should, but
You
I
get
don't know.
people, but I think they're doing that to deter Vince from
hmm
changing things.
Yep.
But
We'll see what happens. I mean, all I know, All In, I mean, they're already starting to advertise on like the double-decker buses in London. I think I saw during, I think it was one of the soccer games, it was an advertisement for All In on the, I think it's on the video screens near the field. I'm like, ooh, wow.
even like the Detroit Tigers are promoting it because they're not
Oh
far
God.
from Ford Fuel. So
Yeah, SummerSlam, that's what they're doing, yeah.
shout out, yeah.
Yeah.
And Thomas is saying it's one
Ooh,
of the big four.
the baby of
SummerSlam
the
is.
big four. The baby. I think that's what he said. Yeah, SummerSlam is the baby of the big four. You have WrestleMania, you have
What is the first?
Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and then you have SummerSlam. But
So
yeah, I
yeah, I
wouldn't be
mean,
surprised if Ford Field is sold out and ready to go for SummerSlam because I think they've been wanting this for a long time and they're finally going to get it.
nope.
Yep.
But thank you guys for watching, tuning in. We'll be back next week for another episode of Between the Ropes. Sports Minute is tomorrow. And I hope you guys have a great week. Enjoy SummerSlam. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure AEW's All In is going to
Mm-hmm.
come up in a week or so, or is it this week too?
Nope. August 27th.
Okay.
It is All In, so they got about a little over 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So enjoy that. Enjoy SummerSlam. And we'll be back next week to talk more wrestling. So have a great week.